All right, ain't no place like low place, and I'm live. Let me check my audio, and then we'll go in on this topic real quickly. All right, ain't no place. All right, that's good audio. I ask that you're in the building, or when you come into the building, that you hit the thumbs up button, you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and get notifications the next time I go live or that I upload content. Share this with your friends on your social media, your boxing groups and forums, and your sports groups and forums. Dillian Whyte with a big move, to go to ESPN, let them be his network provider, Top Rank be his U.S. promoter. We don't know where. Um, we don't know where homie's gonna go as far as his UK thing going on. You think he'd stay with a good thing? Like Eddie Hearn got him in the pay-per-view fights on Sky Sports, but can you sell him as a pay-per-view fighter at what would it be, like 5 o'clock in the morning over there? Can you really do that? Is Sky going to still be putting on the fights? Do they feel the need to put fights on for a guy that's not going to get him any pay-per-views anymore? Who knows? But what's big to him is this money is good for him. Does he plan to make the U.S. his home? Quit playing, not having to pay so much taxes. We had to see. But like I think it's a good business move. Obviously, if he believes it's the right deal for him and he knows the money of it or whatever, maybe that's his business. If it's not the right business move, he's gonna deal with it. But what I'm more interested in, it's the best stylistic move for him, because we see three major players at heavyweight, and it goes like this. DAZN is the major player. They are the major guy. ESPN just came in and they bagged two. DAZN has the current unified champion with 3 belts. They have the undisputed cruiserweight champion moving up, right? They have him. They have Gerald Miller. They had the biggest star in the game, and they have the biggest bank in the game right now. Okay, so at heavyweight, they have promising fights, they have lucrative fights, and they also have credibility in the fighters if you beat them, right? So that's good. Then you look at ESPN, they got Tyson Fury. How much credit is really there? To me, that's yet to be known. It is what it is. I don't know where I stand on Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, to me, is not that good of a fighter. And it was inevitable that you could have done that to him. I want to see you versus others, but this is what I like that Dillian did. It's a good stylistic thing for him to fight a Tyson Fury who, he ain't dealt with no pressure. He ain't dealt with a big pressure in heavyweight, looking to be active, looking to land body shots, looking to work when you don't want him working. Dillian Whyte looking to run the stop signs, okay? He looking to not yield, all right? It's always a green light with him if he's fighting Tyson Fury until he is told to respect what Tyson Fury hits him with. But would that ever happen? That's the big question right there. Can he ever manage to do that with Dillian Whyte? So stylistically, this is the right move when you look over at Showtime. Now, Deontay Wilder, Dillian Whyte can be fun, but we've seen Dillian Whyte knocked out before. Maybe Deontay Wilder gets the job done again on him. Maybe. I'm not certain of these things. I'm just saying maybe. But, I'll be honest, who would I rather fight? Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder? Likely I'd rather fight Tyson Fury. He's not known as a puncher. I'm not saying Deontay Wilder's great or anything, but hey, I don't have to worry about going to sleep. And Tyson Fury, he hasn't proved much to me, just like Deontay Wilder hasn't when it comes to my style of being Dillian Whyte. Like, you haven't proved that. If I get, like I said about Tyson Fury all the time, you shoot at him from long range, he likes to be the Joker. He dodges the bullet and he smiles and play. He's an idiot. But what if I pulled his knife out on you? You know what I'm saying? What if I walk up on you with this razor blade? How you feel about that? And that's the way I want to see Dillian Whyte try to approach this fight. And that's why I like the move for him. I like the move. Now, certain people was questioning how much credibility do you get if you beat Tyson Fury? Fair question, because it was people like, yo, Tyson Fury's not that guy. Deontay Wilder should knock him out. And then there was people like myself. I can't trust Deontay Wilder to do anything. Like I said before, the heavyweight division has so many questions around. There's only one proven guy versus multiple styles, and that's Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder's proven that, hey, I can scrape through. I may need a little politics. And he's proven that even in easy matches, he can struggle, and finally get the knockout. That's not good enough to say you're proven. You've proven some things, but you haven't proven good things. What I'm trying to say. I think I'm still live, ain't I, people? Can y'all hear the audio? Is everything working on my end? Cause I'm getting like a pause video. Everything good? He said White won't fight Fury yet, maybe like in 2 or 3 fights. Yeah, that's another thing. Like Bob Arum, like you getting the fights now. Like you don't have everything at welterweight, 135, or certain weights he don't got enough. But at 175, you got the fights. Time to make them. At heavyweight, you got to fight. Time to make them. You know what I mean? And I don't know how well White and Fury sell over here. One thing about American casuals, they like O's, and Joshua took that O. And once another thing that won't work well for them, and I'm just telling you, American casuals, how I see them. It's my perceptions. It may be facts for some people, and then it may, for other people, they may not like, they say, no, that's not me. But when you've lost to the best over here, they kind of do away with you. Like if they find out, oh, this dude lost to Joshua, well, why am I not watching Joshua? I'm an American. I'm entitled to Joshua. That could be it. That could happen. For real, man. That could happen. So I don't know how big some of the casuals get behind things. Get behind people like Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. I'm not sure, but for me personally, I think it's a fight stylistically. I only thing I worry about is Tyson Fury's not taking the fight. He's done things like that. He's did that. He's backed out of fights. He's thrown his coat on the rack and walked out the damn door before. And if he don't like the style, look, listen, this dude marches to his own drums, right? I don't know. Maybe it's not the right move in that sense, but personally, stylistically, I'm just thinking of boxing in a perfect world. When it isn't a perfect world, that's when the jokes come out. When guys think they're in this perfect world and everything should go their way, and they start playing people, and they be like, I'm perfect, so I'm gonna play you, and then they get smacked in the face with reality. That's when low play start joking around. But in this sense, I'm just looking at it for Dillian. And I'll be unbiased. I've been calling the man Dillian Whyte, and I still think he's AJ's whore. I still believe that. I still look at Dillian and say, nigga, you AJ's bitch until you do something about it. But it's other fights out there that we haven't seen. Fresh fights are always good for the market, always good for low plays. ESPN could potentially bank on the personality clash. Might gather some casual interest. They're probably gonna push it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only thing I worry about in that is Americans like Americans, and then Americans are entitled. Like, why am I not watching AJ? Like I said, AJ beat him. Well, why the fuck am I not watching AJ if AJ has all the belts? And why isn't it AJ? Why are you telling me this is the biggest fight when this guy lost to AJ and AJ still hasn't lost? What the hell did I miss? Oh, and then you tell him, well, this is what you missed. I don't want to know what I missed. Go give me AJ. That's the only issue there. But top rank ain't worried about it. They taking people potential chips and they making them theirs, right? Now, we'll see if they can start doing this in other divisions. It really wasn't needed at welterweight. Like, I don't know. Fury just went to top rank all by himself. Nobody else was there, and he went all by himself. I never really advised nothing like that. Seems sort of like a punk move, but at the same time, he proved that, I came in here and fight a big puncher off of no kind of work, and I wasn't supposed to, and he basically beat him. So he proved whatever he needed to prove to himself to do what he wanted to do, and he did it. But I like the move here for Dillian. Didn't want to be on here long. I totally like the move. A lot of people wonder where he would go after he turned down the $4 million to fight AJ in the rematch. And you know, it was a lot of back and forth. I want this, he wanted this, a bunch of nonsense that we didn't have to worry about with Gerald Miller. So we got the Gerald Miller fight. That's another good fight in my opinion. I like that fight. I like the styles of that fight and the attribute, things like that. And then also, Dillian was waiting on Dominic Breazeale to fight for the mandatory position with Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury pulls out. Dominic Breazeale's like, okay, I'm going right for the spot. Deontay Wilder's out here calling Breazeale a mandatory. He's saying Breazeale is my mandatory. I might as well get him out the way. Get that out the way, handle my obligations. And Eddie Hearn speaks up and he says, no, that's not your mandatory. They haven't enforced shit. Okay, Dillian Whyte and him are going to fight for that. But if you fight Breazeale, we're going to tell the WBC don't grant that as a mandatory, and Dillian Whyte still be in position. Basically, meaning they holding Deontay Wilder feet to the fire to fight top 5 and top 10 guys, you know, in world rankings, not just WBC rankings, but top world rankings. Dillian Whyte is a respected heavyweight, and so is Dominic Breazeale. With Dillian Whyte being more respected, saying, okay, Wilder, you're going to have a tough night with Dominic Breazeale, and that you're not going to get to pick some voluntary after that. You're going to fight Dillian Whyte as your mandatory after that. But Eddie Hearn has probably lost the rights to be doing that for Dillian now that Dillian's with Top Rank, but I wouldn't doubt they go the same path. So, you know, he could get Fury and he could also get Wilder if he stays in the WBC rankings. And the way that ESPN is throwing the money out, Wilder's either going to have to drop that title, make a great deal for Dillian on Showtime and them work together, or it's going to be a purse bid, ESPN versus Showtime. And as of late, ESPN is showing they might be willing to spend more money. I'm just saying. ESPN and the Zone have been looking like they want to spend more money on big fights. That's just how I see it. They reached out. They tried to give Deontay Wilder a deal that he wasn't getting from Showtime and all this. So we have to see. I don't think they're getting any WBO belt. AJ's not being stripped because of Bob Arum. I don't see that happening. I think AJ's going to defend his titles the way it need to be. And, you know, any issues with the sanctioning body, I think Eddie Hearn going to stay on it for him to keep those titles. Or he might find himself losing AJ if he was. Maybe not. Maybe AJ's bigger than the title. But I don't want to see no politics taking belts from people that earned them. Like Fury gave his belts away, right? Gave his belts away. So here we go. ESPN could potentially bank. Okay, I read that one. Fury is obligated to fight in the U.S., because if not, I think Fury versus White can sell in the UK. Is he? I was thinking that too, man. Like I was feeling they lost money if they fought in the States, but the UK gonna travel, bro. They gonna travel. They gonna get on them damn planes and come see this. Like if the promoters had something going with plane tickets, bro, they be making a lot of money. I'm just gonna put that shit out there. I think they'll make a whole lot of money, and I wouldn't doubt that. You know, Bob Arum, you know, he's Jewish and shit, so I wouldn't doubt. No kind of organizational shit is going on, and hey, I'm just saying that I got a conspiracy type mind, so right, conspirator, I guess you could say. But anyway, he said I heard the Zone might try to get Klitschko. To be honest, I don't want to see a 43-year-old. Hey, if he's in shape and he can punch the way he can punch. 43 years old, slow pace heavyweight fights, ain't much of an issue. Ain't much of an issue, dog. He said next Hearn interview will be funny. We'll see what he got to say about it. He says, I don't think Klitschko will come back. And he's always said people that don't want to work with him don't got. He told Dillian that to his face. Hey, if Dillian don't want to work with us, he don't have to work with us. But if he does, I'm going to do the best job for him that I can. And he has, if he left Eddie Hearn to fight in the U.S., Eddie Hearn got nothing to hang his head about. You know, like, bro, I made your pay-per-view star when didn't nobody know you. You know, like, your talents are not pay-per-view star level talents. And the people you fought were not pay-per-view star level talents. But I put those on and did successful numbers and made you a draw. So he got nothing to hang his head about. It's just Dillian's coming to the US. Top Rank maybe made a better offer, and we'll see if it's right for him. And also, like I said, he's already got knocked out by AJ. I think that's in the back of his mind. I personally thought Dillian Whyte had the style, but hey, Dillian Whyte's making the decision himself to say, I'm kind of going away from that. And he didn't take big money to do that. But yeah, here we go. Jeff Boxing says, I don't think Klitschko will come back if he don't got anything left. Yeah, I agree. Shiz Biz says Bob loves the WBO belts. I was addressing that a minute ago. He said, get Rick Glazer over here. Mr. Steelhammer can just get bombs to the AJ fight into the AJ rematch potentially. I think White wants the WBC title so he can then go to the UK and have a unification with AJ. That would be huge, but they would do it in the States more than likely if they all coming over here. Hands of Stone says, low, you troll BFTB. He didn't know in the chat, snitch. I wasn't on BFTB's channel. Like somebody else came in my chat talking about that, and like I was getting pissed. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I ain't watching, dude. I'm fucking watching Game of Thrones. I've been binging the fuck out of Game of Thrones, so I ain't really been on YouTube. But when I did come on YouTube, we talked Game of Thrones, right? And then shit. The crazy thing is, I was binging it so hard. And then the fucking trailer came out the next day. I was like, oh shit. I felt some good shit going on. And SSB28 says, Jew. He Jewish, bro. Like, I wouldn't doubt that they got some, hey man, the UK guys coming over here. Man, this world crazy, bro. That shit was funny as hell though. It said Hands of Stone. I ain't even watch. I ain't been over there. I don't even know what they talking about. Somebody told me a dude, I don't recall exactly what the guy was typing in our chat. He was literally just typing shit, and I fucking forgot. I forget exactly what he was saying, but I don't know. I ain't on that. He said, I heard that Eddie Hearn family gives their fighters money on the side and shit as well. I don't know if that's true or not. Big Money says, bruh, when you got on the hangout and used a fake voice, shit was hilarious. I ain't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what the other dude was. Nah, I wasn't on the boy chat. I was literally not on YouTube. And then somebody sent me a picture of my damn avatar on somebody post. And I'm like, bro, I don't even type like that. I don't type like that. I read it. Like, I use like multiple period. Like, look at Hands of Stone comment up in here. Look at Hands of Stone comment up here. It says low. And then they got the 3 dots. I type like that. I use 3 dots every time I finish this. I can't help it. Text messages that way. Any kind of social media that way. That I don't type like that. And then I thought he took my avatar and sized it and put it over the one and because he paused and screenshot. So I didn't know, bro. I ain't been on nobody's channel. Like, that's just, I don't know. That shit was pissing me off, bro. Cause it was just like, bro, you started shit. And he in the chat now, but I ain't gonna go there with him. I don't really care. He said Wilder is the D side in his own country. Yeah, it's pretty bad for Wilder right here, but which promotion holds the upper hand right now in the heavyweight division? Yeah, we'll see what Top Rank got going. We'll see what they can do without belts and with Fury, and we can see. But for me personally, if the biggest fight that the Zone can put on is Usyk versus Joshua, that beats everything everybody else can put on for me. I'm high on Usyk. Usyk was as high as number 1 on my pound for pound list. He reached 1. And the only reason I took him off because I knew he was going to heavyweight. After Adonis Stevenson lost, Usyk was my pound for pound number 1. No other way around it. You know what I mean? He was that guy. So that's a huge fight for me. And like I said, the only reason he's gone because he's a heavyweight, but I still believe he can beat Anthony Joshua. So I can't wait for them to make that fight. I hope it doesn't take 3-4 fights. I hope we get one and then this fight. I hope he beats Povetkin, you know, shows Povetkin what's really good, goes into an AJ fight and see he can fight for 4 titles. That's what I want to see. Yeah, but that's if Deontay Wilder, and which it seems like he's not, doesn't take the DAZN deal with 15 million and then 50-50 for AJ or 60-40 for AJ or somewhere in that. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I just wanted to be here real quick. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I ask that you go ahead and do that now. Help support the channel. You'll hear me do so myself real quick. Here we go. Yeah. Support yourself. Nobody else will. So please hit that thumbs up button behind me. Subscribe to the channel if you already hadn't. Hit the bell icon to get notifications the next time that I upload the next time that I upload content or the next time that I go live. Also, share this video with your friends on your social media and your boxing social media groups and your boxing forums on other websites, as well as your sports social media groups and your sports forums on other websites that help grow the channel. Greatly appreciate everybody that listen. To the next time, ain't no place like low place, and I'm out.